Hello and welcome back to another video, and in this one I've got another fantastic classic Lego set for you. This is set 6266, released in 1993. There are 91 parts, 3 minifigures. This one's known as Cove, and it's the Pirates series, although this is the kind of the Imperial Guard faction within the Pirates series. As with the other sets I featured, I've got it all broken down here, and all the parts have been checked against the regular items. No extra items or alternatives are included, so these are all the regular parts. And what you'll see is I'll then build it, kind of speeding it up in parts, and then I'll review it at the end. So let's get cracking. Have a look at the manual first. So the manual is one of those ones that folds out, it would seem, so rather than a booklet. So you've got basically a large single, almost like a poster of instructions here. The manual's in good condition. It just has a small rip just up there, and there are some creases, so the corner is creased over there, but other than that, just by the creasing in the folds, you've just got that very small tear there. So first of all, as you can see, we're going to build our 3 minifigures. So I'll try and just make this so it fits in the picture. So if I put it like that, so we'll start off with one of our Imperial Guards here on the left hand side. So for that we need white legs, this kind of tunic top, blue epaulets. It's a standard smiley face. It's got an open but block stud. In fact, before we do that, he's got his rucksack. Head goes on top, his hat, and then finally this one he's holding his musket or rifle, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So that's the first of the minifigures. Next up we'll build this one here in the middle. So that is the white pants, another tunic, yellow epaulets. No rucksack for this one. The head is a blocked open stud, and then it's the lined beard, faint line across the brow, which happens on a few of these figures where the hat sits. So yeah, as per the thing, so there's his hat, tricorn hat is it, and then he holds a sword and pistol. And then our final one, as you can see, is our pirate, our enemy. So black trousers, the red and black striped top, the eye patch with stubble, dotted stubble, blocked open stud, bandana, and then he again holds a pistol and a sword. The other sword goes inside the set, as you'll see as we build it. So now those minifigures are done, the next stage is the boat. So as you can see, you've got the boat here. I've just kept the blue bricks in there. Then you simply add the benches, add the oars, and then this set requires a 25cm thin string. This is give or take 25cm depending on how tightly or loosely you lay it. In one end of this one there is a small knot which I haven't tried to undo. I'm just leaving that there, and at the other end you can see just down near the bottom it's just starting to fray a little there. So I suggest that this is the end that you tie the knot on to protect that fray, but you know, it's good enough to do the job. And what that does is it's going to go round through the hole and then around these to act as one of the anchors. So I will thread the, I don't think it would really matter. So if I try and put the frayed, you know, the one with a slight fray through this end, because that way you can just kind of tie it further up there. So I'd suggest doing that, just tying it to allow you to fray the one end without any stress on it, and then the other end that's got the small knot should, fingers crossed, yeah, there we go. So that will go through. Again, just a single tie off on the end. Now you may wish to snip that very end bit off or try and undo it yourself, but there we go. So it's essentially an anchor point for the boat. That's all it is. I think just a single knot of that end should suffice. So moving on to the next section we're now going to build. It's nice when it gives you that starter for 10 with the layout there. So we're looking at some of the white bricks. If I put the instructions there, hopefully it should still be in frame. So slight kind of light white lines in the middle there. Not sure what that is either. It's been rubbing on something. It doesn't look like it's a stress fracture, but potentially because it's in the middle. Sorry, not fracture, stress mark. But that's there. You don't see it. You don't see that when it's built. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's our mistake. So you can see on here, this is actually a flat one, not a raised one. Right, now moving on, we can see we double up on the flat one over here, and add in the 4 in the middle. It's right at the front. Over here we can see that we're adding the cannonballs. Actually it ends up being stacked too high, so I'm just going to do that now. Just preempting that step. So 1, 2, 3. Put my 2 on. So that's that section done, and then the next one we've got the single pillar that goes on the end. Sloping yellows. This tall bit looks like it goes there. A couple of hooks onto here. The other cannon piece goes there. So I think that's everything on there, and then bring you up into. So now we're going to add that part into the part there. That's our other sword, as I mentioned before, so that clicks into here. Start building up the front. Window part goes on the right hand side, and then now it really builds it up with this piece here, which is quite nice. That's an all-in-one piece. If I bring that in, hopefully you should see a little better. So yeah, it's this large piece here. So that then goes, I think, all the way flush with these two here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does, and we need 2. In fact, so it goes like that. It sits on top of those 2. You can see you've got the space for 2 there. So what that looks like at the back is like that. And then I love these corner bits when they have the detail on. So you've got the kind of bricked corner, that'll just go in there. Moving on to part 6. Hopefully you can see that okay. Yeah. So part 6, we're just going to go for 2 of the singles with another kind of claw on the top. And that's going to attach onto the pole that we added on. So, and what else are we adding? So we're also adding this section here, flat across the top, and our additional corner piece. Now moving on to there, we're going to start giving it a bit of support by going across with a flat one. Ever so slight nick just out of, can't hardly see it there. So with all of this, it's play worn. Nothing's going to be immaculate. You know, these are from 1993, so expect play wear, slight nick, slight discoloration, bits and bobs with these kind of sets. And over here, also what we're looking to, that's all built up. So I might as well finish off with the roof. So have I missed a part? Yes, I have. So there's a 3 that needs to go in there. We're also looking for an archway to go across, and some 2s going here. Now we can put our roof on and start building up the side over here. So that looks like we're looking at a couple of the, oh in fact, so all the way down the bottom. So this is kind of a door that then attaches. So we're going to build this section first. Capped off by another archway, and then the garnish on the top of the parapet, and then you can see we then just attach that onto the pole here. So it's going to go with the black one sat above the white one. Just neaten that up, and so that then gives us that nicely closing door to the rear, or jail I would imagine it's going to be on here. So now moving on, we are going to add the ladder at the back. So add this onto here, that goes one in. The cannon I've already built, so the cannon, you're looking for 2 of these, 4 of the wheels, your cannon base and the cannon, and that's going to go inside, as you can see here. And whilst we're here, in fact, so this section here, as you can see, it's another nice pre-built part. So it's this bit here, the ramparts. So that just literally fits in place and has that lovely overhang. One of the nice features of this is that overhanging part. And then we just build up the top as well. So as you can see in this section, we're just going to pop in a symmetrical fashion, 2 2, right angle. And then we have single white stud just behind there, and then our right angle goes across just like that. So that's that section all built, and then we add the flag on. So flag on the top, add bush, and finally we can pop our figures on as per the diagram here. So bring that in. So up at the top we've got the soldier in the rampart, we have probably the captain with the guards there, and then we have the pirate. In this one he's got his weapons in the front, rowing away, and then he's just got the anchor inside like that, and that is, he holds it, that is our Cannon Cove all complete. So as you can see, quite a quick build. I think around 10 minutes time, but a really nice item. So we'll have a look over the set now and see what kind of bits I particularly like. I'm just gonna fold this up. So I'm just going to take the cannon out so it doesn't fall over. So here we go as we have a look around. So firstly, as ever, you know, I like the ones where you have at least 2 factions in the same set. So the fact that you have the Imperial Guards as well as a pirate in one set to fight against each other, I think is always really nice. In addition, I'm a big fan of the cannons, so the fact that this has the cannon that sits inside the fort is great. Looking at it, it's a really nice size to add to any kind of set, to just set across to one side to bring a bit of depth. It's mainly, I would suggest, kind of front orientated, so from the rear there's not a huge amount to look at, but from the front there's plenty of detail, both with the detail of the bricks on here. I really like that overhanging piece. I also quite like this bit, even, you know, as an all-in-one. I think actually gives it, you could probably build it from bricks and the older sets would have, but I do like that. Nice variety of figures. They're not just all, you know, 3 different ones of these, so I like that there's a good variety of figures in there. Good, you know, it's always nice when something moves in a set. I'm a big fan of that. So as simple as it is, the fact that we can have a jail, pop the pirate in. And I like how they often consider the shape of a minifigure when you're putting them in the jail. Now obviously that's not going to close with his weaponry, but without his weapons he would easily fit inside the jail. The ladder I think's, you know, a little pointless. I mean, maybe you could talk about raising it so that the baddies are struggling to climb up as opposed to when it's down, but the fact that kind of it doesn't touch the floor, you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. It just dresses up the rear section a little bit. Inside you've got you know, a holder for an additional sword, and you've got your cannonballs here ready for use with your cannon. So I guess actually if you've got the cannon inside, that gives it a little something. And then coming around here, yeah, the addition of a window is nice, and then back round to the front. So, and then coming down to the boat, you know, boats are boats. You've got that, you know, the addition of the anchor in there. I'm not sure provides much, but there you go. And then you've got your pirate minifigure. So, in summary, I think it's a really nice set. It was the 6266, released in 1993. Has 91 parts, 3 minifigures. Yeah, and I think it's just a nice little set. So if you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel. And until the next one, take care and see you.